Business Brain, episode 655 for Casual Friday, June 6th, National Donut Day, 2025. Heck yeah. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take some ideas, we crunch them, we dissect them, we use them to tune our business brains each and every time we get together. Sponsors for this episode include square.com/go/brain, where you can get $200 off Square hardware when you sign up there, and selectquote.com/businessbrain, where you can get the right life insurance for you for less. And we'll talk more about both of those in a little bit. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire on National Donut Day, I'm Dave Hamilton.
Good day to be here. I'm a big fan of the donut. I'm Shannon Jean, and I'm in Lafayette, California.
You know what's nice about National Donut Day, Shannon?
What's that?
As long as we keep releasing the show on Wednesdays and Fridays, we will be able to celebrate it every year because it is the first Friday in June.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I think you must have planned that.
Yeah, they did that for us.
Yeah,
or we
like
did that because we knew. Yeah, there you
that's
go.
it. Donuts. The last big batch of donuts I had, we were up in Tahoe at our house, and after somebody brought it, put it in the cabinet, I noticed that one of my dogs had disappeared, and I went in, and she hadn't eaten all the donuts, but she had licked them, all the glaze, the chocolate, everything off the top of the whole box. So it was great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Awesome.
I love pets. But hey, this is not a show about pets. I want to talk about an exercise, if you will, that I read about. I spent a lot of time on X. I've been building a business up on there for about the last year and a half. And one of the people I follow is Dr. Julie Gurner. It's at Dr. Gerner, Gurner, with a DR in the front. And she had a post the other day, which I really like. I thought was very insightful. I'm going to read it to you, and then we can chat about it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So Dr. Gurner says, most people would benefit to look at their life and career in this way. If I was a stranger stepping into this person's life, what would I immediately fix or change to make it better? Write those things down and do those things now.
There's an Alice in Wonderland quote that I would foobar if I tried to say it, but it's something about taking my own advice because I sure know how to give it, and it's the same thing, right? I mean, it's essentially saying the same thing where we are all much better at being objective about other people than we are about ourselves.
It's just natural, right? And so,
it's the human condition.
Yeah, it's totally natural. Like, well, if I would never do that and this kind of thing. And yeah, you could be self-aware and say, well, I'm not in their shoes, so I'm not really sure. However,
no, it's a lot of it is I don't want to do the work, so I'm not going to make these judgments. Judgments is the wrong thing. I'm not going to make these suggestions, these tweaks for myself because I'm the one that's got to follow up on them. Whereas if I suggest to you, Shannon, I mean, we do this to each other all the time. Like, your business would be better if you did this. And like 100% of the time it is correct, but it's only about 30% of the time that we actually listen enough to take action because dude, I don't want to make wholesale changes to my business, even though arguably maybe that's the best thing.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting quote. And one of the things that you can do now, which we talked about on a few episodes ago, is at least with the content and what you're sharing and getting help with your AI, is you can ask this question of the AI to go back and look at what you've shared, what you have done, and get insight into, hey, this is what you need help with. And like one of the things I have done is uploaded transcripts for my calls or sessions, or things I'm working with people, and get some analysis to help me get better at what I do. And it works great. It's like having an assistant look at all your content.
Well, and that's why I wanted to save this topic for FridAI episode, because you could take that quote and paste it into ChatGPT. If you've been using ChatGPT or any of the others, and actually I want to come back to that, but if you've been using it for long enough, it knows quite a bit about you.
Yes.
And so I just took that quote and I said, let's do a fun exercise. If I was a stranger stepping into my own life, what would I change to make it better? And it says, great prompt. Here's a structured way to tackle it. Short, sharp, and real. The mental clutter. There's a ton of ideas flying around. Business, podcast, family, tech, music. Systematized decision-making. Less context switching equals more traction. A priority reset once a week could tighten focus. That's one of 5 things it suggested. That alone would probably double my ability to earn revenue.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I think that's going to be, continue to be one of the most powerful things that the AI can do for us is track all this stuff. There are, a number of companies selling pendants and dongles and things you can carry with you. And my son-in-law has one. I think it's called Limitless.
Yep.
And it records, as he's getting stuff done during the day, and then he can ask questions about it and offline. And I think will help me tremendously for somebody who's scattered and jumps around like crazy and has challenges prioritizing things. I think it's going to be great. I look forward to it. I'm not going to go through them all, but the titles of the remaining ones are, the first one was titled The Mental Clutter, the Health Stack, the Delegation Gap, the Quiet Moments, and the Money Mindset. Oh, I like that.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. And that's what it knows about me after it's 2.5 years into using this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, me too. I want to talk about organization with the AI a little bit more today as well.
I actually have a Facebook group that I want to share with everyone too that I think is going to hit very, very well. But first, I want to talk about our 2 sponsors. Because listen, you hustle hard, you build smart, and you created something from nothing, right? That's what we do. But let me ask you, what happens to your empire if you suddenly exit stage left? Your legacy needs to be better than something like he had a killer Slack emoji game. It needs to be something that protects your family, even if life throws the ultimate plot twist. And that's where our sponsor, SelectQuote, comes in. They're one of America's top insurance brokers, and they've helped more than 2 million people lock in over $700 billion in coverage since 1985. Whether you need a $500,000 policy or you're the kind of overachiever who needs $50 million, SelectQuote compares top-rated policies to get you the right coverage for your budget and your scenario. And if you're in good health, same-day coverage for up to $5 million. No needles, no nonsense. Look, building a business is difficult. Protecting your family doesn't need to be. It's one of the smartest steps that we can all take to truly live that charmed life. Get the right life insurance for you for less at SelectQuote.com/businessbrain. Go to SelectQuote.com/businessbrain today to get started. That's SelectQuote.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to SelectQuote for doing what they do and for sponsoring this episode. And listen, you're living that charmed life when your biggest decision of the day is which local spot to hit first, right? For me, that might be Bomay for incredible Thai, Cowlick's Dairy Bar for a mint chip miracle, or Tideline Public House for a cold beer while I wait for barbecue from Tim's Drunken Sauces and Rubs out back. Yeah, we did that a ton last summer, and it's a fantastic thing. And every time I swipe, tap, or wave to pay, boom, our sponsor Square is right there. It's seamless. It's smooth. It's the reason your favorite local spot looks like they've got a tech team the size of NASA, when in reality, it's one person in a dream. Square brings together everything a business needs. Point of sale, inventory, online store, reporting tools, so entrepreneurs can focus on creating, not chasing receipts. And yeah, it even handles payments so fast you'll wonder if time travel is involved. It's not, probably. Square is that built-in business partner you didn't know you needed until now. Square keeps up so you don't have to slow down. Get everything you need to run and grow your business without any long-term commitments. And why wait? Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/brain. That's SQUARE.com/GO/BRAIN. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. And our thanks to Square for sponsoring this episode. Shannon, I've put a link in the show notes to a group on Facebook called AI Prompts for Entrepreneurs.
Oh, that's great.
It's got over 400,000 members.
Wow.
And
awesome.
there are crummy prompts shared.
Of course.
You can tell those right out of the gate. But there are some great ones. Then people go really detailed with, like, even if the prompt isn't for you, looking at how detailed some of these are and how they're structured is just as informative. Prompts, yeah, of course. And really just being in the game with it is helpful, and just seeing it kind of come across the feed. So I actually invited you to it earlier today, Shannon. You'll see a notification next time you check Facebook. But awesome. I've just put a link here. It's a public group, I think. It's a private group, but you can apply to join, and in theory, you should be able to. So, yeah, cool. I mean, if they let 400,000 other people in, they're definitely going to let you in. That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I've been doing more with my ChatGPT is setting up projects and organizing things. And like, for example, you know, I've been uploading Business Brain content to ChatGPT for year and a half, couple years, something like that, whenever they come out. And so finally, I created a new project, Business Brain, and I just told it, move everything I've ever asked about Business Brain into this folder. And it just says, okay. Boom.
Wait. What? I use projects, but I thought it was only for, like, from now forward. I didn't think that. I could manually move them, of course.
You just tell it to move it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
yeah.
You just say, oh, I want to do, it's like, I've uploaded tons of transcripts. I want them all in this project. I want to be able to access them all, this way. Okay, no problem. It's great.
Yeah, no, of course of course.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a link, right? They're just links to wherever.
I know, but they're more than links, because you can say things like address all of the stuff that's in this project, and that's different. So
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Gosh.
The projects are very helpful. Now, I still jump into just the normal GPT to ask questions, right?
Yes, of course.
But whenever I have my Business Brain, I have a project called Liquidation Method, I have my coaching, I have a Shannon GPT that also has hundreds of pages of documents that I've written so I can get help writing in my style. I have an eBay Unlocked project that I worked on, all that stuff is in those projects, and you just tell it to move it around.
Only issue I've found with things in projects is if I start a new chat in a project, like you would, I cannot share that chat with anyone.
Oh, maybe.
The share icon is gone for those. It's totally fine if they're just in your loose, the river of chats, but the things that are in a project, you cannot share.
Private. Oh,
yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah,
even if you tell it to?
Oh yeah. No, it's not about privacy. It's just
the way it's set up.
It's just the way it's set up. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't share a lot. So
I made a project for questions for my Mac Geek Gab podcast, because I get listeners who send questions in, and we try to answer them. And when we can't, I used to Google to see if I could find the answer.
Yeah.
But now what I do is I just go and say, Tim wrote in and asked, and I copy from Tim's email and paste it. And it gives me something. I would say half of them aren't worth sharing. It's like, I know that this is bad advice. I'm not going to share this. But other times it's like, you know what? it came up with some good things. Here's a link to that chat. Take it from there. Like, I don't try to pretend that I came up with what it came up with. I tell it. Like, I tell the listener, I'm like, here's what we came up with.
Sure.
But I can't share it with them if it's in a project, which is too bad. Yeah.
That is too bad.
That's
crazy. But anyhow, I thought that's was
great.
Helpful. It helps keep me on track, and we'd certainly like to hear your AI tips, feedback at businessbrain.show. I also want to encourage you to leave a review for Business Brain to be entered to win a MacBook that we're giving away. The odds are very good that you
very much in your favor.
Yeah, that you will be a winner. So go leave a review on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and then we'll read it on the air and we'll connect with you and get you entered to win.
We'll get you entered. But make sure when we read your review on the show, you have to send us an email because we don't get your email address from Apple Podcasts or Spotify. They keep that to themselves. So we don't know who you are other than whatever handle you use on the review platform. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thanks for doing what you do. Thanks for reviewing the show. Feedback at businessbrain.show. And keep living that charmed life.
Have a great weekend.
We'll see you next week.